Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Well, today we're gonna do a biscuit review. Yeah, it is food category still. So we're gonna do this biscuit review, and today I decided that we're gonna try the variety of bourbon biscuits available in the market. So I went down to my local supermarket out here and pretty much picked out every brand of bourbon biscuit that was available. Now, there are chances that there might be more variety of bourbon biscuit players in the market, but I only found 3 of them: Parle, Britannia, and Sunfeast. Now, I don't know about the other parts of India, but in Chennai, as long as my memory serves me right, Britannia was the first people to actually bring out the bourbon biscuit, followed by, of course, Parle and Sunfeast. Now, I could be wrong on this information, but I'm telling you based on what I've seen in the market. I'm purely only that way. Now, before I actually start the review on the biscuit, I definitely wanted to take a little bit in terms, or update a little bit in terms of each of these brands. Now, the oldest brand that has been making biscuits is obviously been Britannia. Now, Britannia was established way back in 1892. I mean, wow, it's amazing, like way back then that the brand actually started. But of course, they actually only started becoming much better in manufacturing, and they shifted a couple of hands, all of that, long story. But yeah, that's a little bit about Britannia. Parle, before Parle, of course, ITC was established as a brand, but that was ITC, not when it came into confectionery. So the second player that was into making biscuits was definitely Parle. Now, Parle has been in the market since 1929, obviously making small biscuits, and was going on from there, and finally only established its factory in 1939. So that's interesting information out there. Now, the third brand that I wanted to explore was Sunfeast. Sunfeast is part of the ITC group. Now, the ITC group, essentially ITC, first of all, I don't know whether a lot of you know, but it's Indian Tobacco Company. And yes, the company started off predominantly into manufacturing tobacco products. But then they quickly moved on and went into other areas, consumer goods, and especially confectionery and baked biscuits is the next thing. Now, these 2 brands are also part of Parle. The only reason why I've included that because they are the new introductions of bourbon biscuits, but I may not be reviewing those 2. Predominantly I will do with starter packets. Now, for the purpose of this review, I have only taken smaller packets of the biscuits, and I did not buy, but then there are larger packs available. Let me start off by talking about the weight of these packages. Now, each of these packages weigh about 60 grams. They're all priced at the same cost. Every one of them is at the same 10 rupees. Now, I just wanted to talk about the grammage a little bit for just a moment, only because Sunfeast bourbon biscuit actually says it's 20% extra. And then when you check the weight, I don't know whether you can get that clearly, but I'm just gonna try and see if you can. Yeah, it says 50 plus 10 extra is 60 grams. So I'm not sure whether that's why they priced it at 10, or whether it's just the 50 which is priced at 10, because right now those packets are not available in the market. Now, as I said at the beginning, there are larger packets available, but for the purpose of this presentation, I only picked up the smaller ones. Now, let's continue further. Now, I wanted to review the outer packaging per se, just checking the general thickness by feel of hand on each of these packages. To be honest, if you were going to feel these 2, the packaging material is relatively thin, quite easy to bend. This one actually has a much thicker feel to it. I'm not very technical in terms of packaging, so I can't really comment further. I just want to dwell very slightly on the calorie counts of each of these products. So I also went to each one of theirs has the nutritional value listed. These two are listed at the bottom, this is on the side. In terms of clarity, I find that this one is a lot better, but I'm going to try and see if I can bring this closer to you guys and hold it a little steady. Okay, so I'm actually going to read it out. So it says that the nutritional information for approximately 100 grams of products, you get about 488 kilocalories, out of which carbs are 72 grams, sugars 37.5, protein 5 grams, fat 20 grams, cholesterol 0 milligrams. So no cholesterol, always good. Gotta remember these numbers because we gotta compare them to the others. I'm gonna next take this one because this is a little bit more readable. 100 grams of this product says it's approximately 495 kilocalories. I don't know whether you guys can see it. I'm just trying to see whether you guys can get a view. Yeah, that's better. The carbs is lesser, 70.3. Protein is 6.8. Sugar is 32.1. That's high. Fat is 20.7. And saturated is 7.6. Now this one is very hard to read, I'll be honest with you. If you can see that now. So I'm going to try and read that. So per 100 grams gives you 469 calories. Now remember, this one was 495 and this one was 488. So this one is the least in terms of calories of 100 grams of the product, of which protein is 5.2, carbs is 76, which is the highest in carbs among all three of them. Sugar is 40 grams, again the highest in sugar amongst all three of them. Fat 16 grams, which is the lowest actually between the three of them. Both of them are approximately 20. This one is 16 grams. Out of it, saturated fat is 7.5 grams, which is the same, yeah, close to the same to both of them. So I don't think so there's too much of a difference in that. Packaging is definitely key and important. If you can see like how easy it is for me to do this, even in this one it's easy for me to do that, but in this one, sorry about that, it's actually, it is easy, but it's, I don't know whether you can actually get that feel. You know, it's the sound of the paper. So I'm going to open each one of these up. So let's just, I'm going to first open all of them and then, you know, we'll go into more specifics. So starting to tear. The thinnest one, I feel this is the thinnest one. So I'm going to go into sequence. So first I will tear this one, then I will tear this, and then I will tear that. So Sunfeast. Here goes. So, okay, I'm finding it a little hard to tear, but yeah, got it. Okay, we're gonna ignore those broken pieces. That's okay, that's normal. You know, quite tempted to pick one up and actually eat it right now. So, yeah, trying to not get tempted. I'm gonna rip the Britannia. So just gonna take almost the center and rip it off. Not so hard, super easy to rip. That's the Britannia. Last but not the least, I'm gonna try the bourbon to rip off. So taking again the middle of the pack. It was easy, not super hard. Yep. Trying not to create a mess out there. I think I should have ripped it the other way around, but anyway. So I'm going to take one biscuit from each of them and place them outside, throw the trash. So I will definitely say among all three of them, Parle and Britannia have opted for going for bourbon name on their biscuit, but ITC has opted to just put Bliss, which is their brand name, Bourbon Bliss, on that. The next thing I'm going to do is open both of them. All of them look roughly about the same size, so I'm just going to stack them up. Yeah. So this one, which is the Bliss, looks slightly smaller in terms of height, and maybe Parle looks slightly bigger. But who's complaining? You know, we're not seeing that specific out here. But this was just for the fun of it. You know, I just wanted to see for the fun of it. So now I'm going to open each one of them. Ooh. Fascinating. This is interesting too. You can see this is like 3 dots and this is just like one whole slab. Let's see this one. Oh, this is on top. Okay, this is also a full slab, which is good. By the way, all of them do have this sort of mild sugar kind of coating on their biscuits, so I'm guessing that's just for flavor. I'm dusting off. Okay, super tempted by looking at all of this. Yeah, the one thing is each one of them come off quite easily. Yeah. And I think it's honestly like just a matter of taste to each of them. Now, I don't know whether I should try it together or this, but I'm guessing biscuits are typically meant to be eaten this way. So I'm going to close these back now. The fun part finally starts. I'm going to start eating them now. I've closed all the biscuits back just because that's the way that one would actually eat it. So, which one do you want me to try first? You want to pick which one I want to try, which one I should eat first? Let's see. Let me just go for the most obvious one. Let me start here, and then I'll move on here because both of them say bourbon and this one says Bliss. So you know what? Let's go with the bourbons first. So, I'm first going to try Britannia. I'm going to make sure I get the chocolate and the biscuit together. I just tried the Britannia Bourbon Biscuit. It says new and chocolate here, but I would be honest, I get more of the biscuit and less of the cream. It definitely tastes chocolate, so no complaints about that. Whether it tastes bourbon, no idea. But let's move on. Let's try the other one. I taste chocolate, less cream, more biscuit, and less cream in this one. Perfect amount of sugar. Gonna try this one. This one actually, visibly on the outside, actually has lesser sugar, if you can see, as opposed to these two guys. Seems to be loaded with sugar on the outside. So yeah, taking that, gonna bite into both the biscuit and the cream. This one, lesser taste on the chocolate side, but I'm almost getting equal portion of chocolate and cream in this, and I can get the cream taste. It was more biscuit, less cream, and this one was equal amount of biscuit and cream. More chocolatey flavor, a little less on the chocolate flavor. It maybe could have been made a bit stronger. That's my opinion on this one. But it does say chocolate flavored sandwich biscuit in the front, right out there. Gonna move on and try the Bliss. Again, do the same thing, get as much cream as well as biscuit on it. Okay, this one, a little hard to judge it. So this one, I felt it was a little bit more crunchier, more chewier. When I had this, again, this one was good, nice firmness. This one, I felt it was not as crunchy, and maybe that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not able to really judge the flavor. It was good, but to be honest, I'm not really getting chocolate flavor actually at all in this one, which I'm surprised about. Now I'm going to go another round and I'm going to try and, do the reverse. So I'm going to take a bite of this. Now that I have had a bite of this again, I will tell you this. This is definitely the most crunchy one among all three of them. And I feel that because the cream is only more centralized and needs to be probably spread out a little bit more for the person to get the good cream feel. So I'm now going back to this. I'm still not able to get any flavor, at least no chocolate flavor. Maybe a little bit of chocolate flavor is there because of the cream, but definitely not in the biscuits. I'm gonna try this one. Okay, now if I'm going to choose one of my favorites, it's a hard, so I'm gonna say it's between these two. So this one I'm kind of eliminating because I'm not getting the chocolate flavor at all from the biscuit. Grab on something. I totally agree. I'm eliminating this. What I do like about this, it's still got the nice sugar, it's got a nice biscuity flavor, but I didn't get the chocolate from the biscuit. Now I'm going to decide between these two guys. So I'm going to finish off the final pieces and then I will tell you guys my verdict. Which one among these two do I choose? To be honest, if I was going to pick one which has the most chocolatey flavor and also decent mouthfeel, and I'm getting a good amount of cream as well to biscuit ratio, still maintains a good crunch, I'm going to go with this one. I'll be honest with you, and I'll tell you why I'm not going for this one. It's only because I think that the biscuit lacks a little bit of the chocolate flavor, though amongst all of them this one has the best spread of the chocolate mix on the inside. But amongst all of them, this one and this is a feedback I would like to give down to these manufacturers, is that just make sure that you get or find a way to try to get the cream in the center a little bit more near the edges, at least when we as consumers take a bite. But this, to be honest, this is my verdict. I officially love the Britannia Bourbon Biscuit. I'm gonna pop another one into my mouth only because I like it a lot. I hope you guys have a nice time. If you like this video, please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Press the like button. That way I know I can keep doing more. Now if you want me to review some more products, then do let me know and I will be glad to do that for you. Before I go, I definitely want to say Parle has introduced new variants into the bourbon variety: vanilla and choco creme sandwich. No offense, this one just looks like a rectangular Oreo to me, at least. But let's see. I'm not reviewing these, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. Maybe you can put up a review of it and share it with me, and I would be glad to like it. Well, till the next time, ta-da! See you. Good night.